Well, they're off flying south. Well, we're deep into the fall now, and Thanksgiving is coming up here in Canada. And I know you guys also in the US have Thanksgiving celebrations coming up as well. So today I wanted to make a delicious kind of like apple coffee cake that you can make for your guests this coming up holiday season. So time of harvest right now, and some areas are experiencing some difficulties with, crops and things like that. This year, we were really lucky in this area to have a really good crops of apples. So the crab apples, just the regular kind of Macintosh apples, and all those are doing really, really, really well. So my neighbor had gifted a bunch of these beautiful organic apples. I don't even know if these are Macintosh, actually. They may be something else. They're very crispy, have a little bit of a tart flavor. And they'll be used today in our apple coffee cake. And the beauty of this recipe is it's really fast to make, and it's a cast iron recipe for those of you that love cooking in cast iron, and delicious, and it's actually gluten-free. So let's head in the kitchen and make a delicious dessert or coffee cake. Back in the kitchen, before we get started, let's preheat our oven to about 350. So we're going to do that. Oh, it's ready to go. I just hit start there. And we've got some of our ingredients here. We'll talk about the cake part first, and then we'll get on to, there is like a cinnamon sugar, kind of like a topping, and there's like a glaze as well. So for the dry components here, we have 1 1/3 cup of gluten-free flour. It's the best one to get is really the Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1. I find it's actually quite good. We have a 1/4 teaspoon each of cinnamon and nutmeg for the dry cake mix. We have 2 teaspoons here of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. This is sort of the Himalayan pink salt, but you can use whatever you've got. And we also have 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar. For the sort of the wet ingredients, we've got our oil here. That's about 1/2 cup, and then 1/2 cup of I use the Activia yogurt. Use lactose-free, but you can use full milk, whatever. It's 2.2%. The wet ingredients also call for vanilla flavoring. This is already vanilla flavored, so I don't add extra vanilla. And then, of course, over here I've got a couple of eggs. So this is what we'll get started with. And I want to show you my beautiful Lodge pie pan that we're going to use. Picked this up at Bass Pro Shops, Cabela's. What a nice addition to my cast iron collection. It's nice and heavy. It's pre-seasoned, so you don't really have to worry about seasoning it. And I'm trying to replace a lot of my things with cast iron because they just last forever. They're just a solid piece of cookware, and you'll see what a nice job this pan does at cooking up this coffee cake. I think they run around $50, but well worth the investment. For you and your family, you can pass this down for generations. And food just tastes better in cast iron, I find. And of course, we can't forget our beautiful organic apples. What I'm going to do, actually, this recipe only needs 1 of them, and we want to thinly slice it, so it'll be incorporated within the batter. So let's do that first. So we'll take this mandolin here, and I'm just going to do a gentle slice of it. Be very, very careful, obviously, so you don't cut your hands. But we're just going to be we're just making these thin little slices here. All right, there we go. We've got beautiful little organic apple chunks we're going to add to our cake. All right, so we're going to add our dry ingredients in our bowl here. We're going to mix, the dry and the wet later. So just add our flour in there. And then our baking powder, baking soda, salt, sugar, and our spices. It's a lot of sugar, but it's really good, guys. Trust me, this is one of the best recipes I've had, especially being a gluten-free recipe. It is really, really good. I got this off of meaningfuleats.com, and I just couldn't resist sharing it with you. It is so good. All right, now we're going to mix this up. It's going to kind of mix. Ooh. Oh, it smells good. Okay. Now we'll do our wet ingredient. All right, let's put some eggs in here. Oh my gosh. A zillion shells. Oh well. Calcium, right? Oh. Nice little piece out of there. And our oil and our yogurt. All right, so now we're just going to mix the ingredients. To our dry ingredients, we're going to add the apple in there, and we're just going to gently fold that through the dry mixture there. Just get them coated in the dry mix. And we're going to add our wet ingredients to the dry. Here we go. Now we'll kind of nicely mix this all together. All right, now it's all mixed up, it should look something like that. The next thing we have to do is I want to grease this pan. I'm just going to use a little bit of butter in there, or grease, just so that things don't stick. Right, next what we're going to do is we're going to put our cake batter in here. We're just going to spread it out around the pan. A little bit more in here. Good to the last drop. That cake batter tastes good. All right, I'm going to kind of push this around here. We'll rise a bit for sure. Okay. Next, we're going to make our nice topping for it. So let's make that. Now for the cinnamon topping, we're going to use a tablespoon of melted butter. I'm using maple sugar that I've made myself from our maples. So there's a third of a cup of maple sugar, or you can use brown sugar or yellow sugar. And then we're going to use a little bit of cinnamon, like half teaspoon or so to your taste. And then we'll kind of mix that up. Mix it until it gets kind of hydrated. Then we're going to sprinkle it on top of the cake. All right, and it'll kind of look something like that. And then we can kind of sprinkle it evenly across the top of the cake. And there we go. That looks absolutely delicious. We're going to put this in the oven. We'll start for about 30 minutes, but we'll check on it just before the timer goes off and kind of go from there. The 30-minute timer just went off. Let's take a look. Oh, wow. This looks amazing. Let's take it out and have a closer look. So what I want to do next is I want to use like a little chopstick. Just want to see if it's cooked all the way through. And see, it's still coming out not that clean, so we're going to pop it in. Probably go in 10-minute increments until we're all done. Okay, well, we are at the 45-minute mark, and let's do our final little check here. Oh yeah, looks good. Okay, next thing we need to do is just let this rest for a little bit and cool down, and then we'll make the glaze. So right here, I have 1/3 cup of powdered sugar, and I've got a tablespoon, and you can use even 2 tablespoons of milk if you'd like. So we'll just mix those together. I'll make a glaze. See, that'll dissolve all the sugar in there. And then we're just gonna like drizzle it all over the top. Actually, I'm gonna do it like this. That looks good. Make sure you kind of get it everywhere. A couple of lumps of sugar aren't dissolved, but that's not a big deal. Oh, and there we go. We're all done. I just did a little bit of apple garnish on top. I put the slices in a little bit of citric acid bath so they don't turn brown, and put a little bit of cinnamon on top. Let's give it a try. It's gonna be so good. Hopefully the first piece comes out okay. Oh, it came out beautifully. Definitely no stick on this beautiful Lodge cast iron pan. All right, take a look at this. Beautifully moist apple coffee cake. Just delicious from fresh organic apples. Let's give it a try. Oh, it's so moist. Mmm. Whoa. This is really, really good. You have to try this. So delicious. And I know for a fact this stays quite moist when left out for a few days. Little pieces of apple in there are just delicious. And Grace is coming by for a little taste test as well. This is great. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and try this out at your next fall family get-together. It's just delicious. Have a great week, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.